And you now watch what happens to Saka.
Oh, Saka now, A, he's fitter.
Yes.
B, which you will feed us, like I said about Havertz, he will feed up the crumbs that come from the top striker. He will score. This one, people forget now that every time Saka touches the ball, there are two defenders doubling up.
Sometimes three.
If you have a top number 9,
They will be mad to put 3 on.
you will leave that. It's not possible. So you will now be forced to put one player on Saka, which all of us know is a mistake. Even you, the coach who is doing it, you know it is a mistake.
Stop with the wrong and the hard place.
So it's better to concede 3 goals than to concede 6 or 7. So you choose the lesser of the two evils. I remember the game against Liverpool. Long ball from Ben White. And the first thing that most Liverpool fans thought was, oh, it's Robertson. He left him in dust.
He said, don't worry, bro. Stay there.
One touch, he just came in, Robertson. Bye-bye. Ole is the bull and the cape.
He's gone.
But after that, they learned. So every time Saka got the ball, they doubled up. Now it's standard. You don't need, that's why he got injured. You don't need him playing against 2 or 3 people.
Week in, week out.
Let there be a top striker. Let there be other alternatives.
Easy.
Everybody will be forced now
to spread out.
You have to spread. It's 11 versus 11. It's not 13 versus 11. So you must now say, okay, you will be marking Eze. You will be marking Saka and help the player to wipe the tears from his face when we are telling him that him alone is going to be marking Saka. Him alone is going to be marking. No, there's no choice.
There really is no choice.
The law says 11 players versus 11.
Not plus the manager.
No, not plus the manager. Even though some of them will want to come in and play, but it's not possible. So now you have a fresher Saka. You have a fresher Odegaard.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Football Rambler Podcast. I've got a very special guest today. Somebody I didn't actually think was going to come on, but he was the one that surprised me. I was like, why am I not on your show? I'm like, you really wanted to be part of it? I said, yes. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce somebody that has been supporting Arsenal longer than I have been in existence. I've got my dad on here today. He's been an Arsenal supporter since 1972.
1971 or 72, I can't remember exactly when. But it's either 71 or 72.
Well, I can say for certain, we have a wealth of knowledge about Arsenal Football Club right here today. If it wasn't obvious, which it is, both of us are Arsenal fans. This is where I got my love of Arsenal from. Is the source. So if you guys have a problem with me, can I take it up with you?
I'm not sure about taking it up with me. I'm an Arsenal fan through and through, from our days in Highbury up till we built the Emirates Stadium, through the days of the Invincibles, through the years of heartache when Arsene Wenger was busy doing us Mawiz, till now. So one club since 1971, I can't see myself changing.
Well, I mean, you've been at it longer than most have, so there's really no changing it at this point.
And when you say, I am the source for, your mom is an associate Arsenal supporter, not that she really believes in it like we do.
No.
Your brothers are all Arsenal supporters with the exception of the traitor. Damn. I made the mistake of buying a Man United jersey. One summer I was in England, and he decided at that point in time to veer off. But I thank God the remaining 3 of you are diehard Arsenal supporters, and then my sweetheart who decides that, or decided that she was going to go to Man City.
I think it's just to spite us.
I agree. She's surrounded by vociferous Arsenal supporters, so she decided, being the last born, to go somewhere else. It's strange. The firstborn and the lastborn. One Man United, one Man City. Not a problem. We're there.
Where else can we be if not there? All right. you've given a very good introduction. You know the thing, right? A lot of Arsenal fans, especially people that associate with at least my channel, my page, you most likely be younger viewers.
Of course, 1971. Half of you don't let me use the term I'm going to use.
I know where you're going.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Me, to my knowledge, as far as I've gone, I think the furthest I've gone is George Graham, 19 before Arsene Wenger. Do you have any excerpts from the 70s?
George Graham, I really wasn't, even though I followed Arsenal from 71, 72, like I said, I had the opportunity to watch the FA Cup final. I think it was 1972. Arsenal, Liverpool.
Okay.
And Charlie George scored the winning goal. That is where I started really to support Arsenal with a passion. George Graham's years, they were Arsenal support, especially in Nigeria. We were in a bit of a limbo because even in the UK, George Graham was a boring manager.
Boring Arsenal.
Boring Arsenal, 1-0. And Arsenal fans would
1-0
hide.
to the Arsenal.
Yes, 1-0 to the Arsenal. The support for Arsenal really started under Arsene Wenger. Because I remember watching his press interview when he was introduced as the manager of Arsenal. And days before that, the English press were Arsene who? All of us, you did a bit of research. He was managing some club in Japan. Can you imagine? Japan, and he was. But in his first season, we saw the difference. It was a team that was not boring Arsenal. And from that time, his first couple of seasons, we seemed to get better. Every year. The man introduced a diet regimen for players, different techniques at training. And then he brought in the players, the foundation of what later became the Invincible. Thierry Henry, Arsene Wenger brought him in. The Brazilians, Gilberto Silva, Edu, all these were players. Dennis Beckham was one signing that all of us, he gave Arsenal a different look. Nigerians and their support for Arsenal really started when Khan joined. Our brothers from the Southeast lost their minds.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't remember that time. I can appreciate, that's for now, most Arsenal fans still see that as the best period for the club.
Those were the golden years. For someone like me, those were the golden years. The year the Invincibles went 38 games unbeaten. And if I may add, that record, the Liverpools, the Man Uniteds, the Man Cities, they wish 38 games, one whole season unbeaten. For people like me, till another team comes to break that record. And I listen to, what did you win? When did you win the last trophy? Yeah, thank you very much. We won 3 premierships under Arsene Wenger. In the old nationwide championships. We were there or thereabout. We won a couple too. FA Cups don't even go there. We won. They should go and
when they put Emirates FA Cup at that point.
No, but they should go and change it now. And the World Cup after Brazil won it 3 times, I think. Somebody came and said, "Here's a new trophy," because the name
is all around.
It's all around it. So the FA Cup, I think they should just change, go and get a new trophy. Nobody's arguing about that one. It is the Premiership title, but we won 3. What do they want people? Let me see which team do I want to call now. Chelsea has won 4.
Yeah. City 3 or 4. Wait.
Man City.
You can't pay.
Liverpool, with all the noise, 2 Premier League titles. I'm not talking about the old Division 1 title, but Premiership titles.
I think it's only 1.
Liverpool's 2. They won the second one. Yes.
2.
They won one under Klopp, the COVID title, and now 2. So we're still ahead, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the people who argue about how many titles won, were not alive when Liverpool and Man United dominated Division 1. They were not. So, for people like you should be talking about just
What you were
the era, yes, of the Premier League. Even me, Liverpool, United, those days the Division 1 title was not as important as the Premier League title. Premier League title, more money.
Yeah.
The fan base is bigger.
Yeah.
TV has revolutionized everything. So wherever it is you are in the world, you can tune in to the Premiership on a good weekend. So as far as I'm concerned, it is now that we should begin to measure performance. And where we are going, and I'm sure we're going to come to it, Arsenal's new season.
Arsenal's new season, we'll come to it. But I did want to quickly go back, because you were speaking of Liverpool, talking 1989, league title under George Graham. Is it 1989? Yeah, under George Graham. We beat Liverpool to the title, final day of the season, Anfield 2-0.
Yes, we are talking of before the Premier League. Yes. They will remember all those ones. They will remember all those ones. All they want to remember, like I said, and if you think about it, football was dominated by the clubs outside London.
Yeah.
Man United. Liverpool.
Leeds.
We've forgotten about an era when Leeds was top dog.
Blackburn Rovers
were the first team to win the Premiership title. But with the advent of money and the advent of foreign-based players, it's now becoming more fashionable for the foreign-based players. They can now live in Liverpool. At the beginning of the Premiership League, it was London. And that is where you saw the rise of Arsenal, of Chelsea.
I'm going to call Spurs.
No, Spurs. Till now, Spurs haven't won anything, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, last season they will be able to shout that they won.
Then they sacked their manager. The one who, after 17 years of winning nothing. No, it shows you how important. Daniel Levy, Spurs knows where they want to be. He's not winning some third-rate European title. They want to win the Premier League title. That's what everybody wants to win.
Yeah, but everybody wants something. They don't all get it.
Yeah, true. So when you were saying they won, how many Spurs supporters do you see wearing the Spurs jersey because they won? What was that title? Europa League. Yeah. In one of the drabbest finals I've ever seen against 17 and 18. Please, if you didn't win anything, I'm happy. Then go and win that. Listen, on that final, we'll see what they will do this season. But now they have a manager.
Yeah.
In the what's his name? Thomas Frank. But if the club's mentality is still not right, there's nothing the manager is coming to do. Some people have said it that there is an evil spirit. Yes, in Spurs. And I think it starts from Daniel Levy, who is a businessman first and foremost. He has always run the club on the ability. They are profitable every year.
Yeah.
Do they want to win anything? I'm not sure. Mario went there, didn't win anything. Conte, in fact, Conte was the one who came out and said, I've never managed the club where there's juju from the chairman down, evil spirit. They don't want to win anything. The man who got them to the Champions League final, Poch, they couldn't wait to get rid of him. And all he did was say, look, we got to the final. Show some ambition. It's still the same thing. Can you accuse us of not having enough ambition?
Maybe last season, I would not accuse, but I think they kind of put the handbrake on what would have been. Well, since we're talking about it now, to me, last season they put a handbrake on what would have been a very pivotal season for them. If you look at the transfer market, I've had this discussion with a few people, even you and me and you have had this discussion. That transfer market last season was slightly underwhelming. I don't know if it was because of financial fair play, the outlay the previous season on Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, Timber. The following season, it was more manage the spending. You have to sell somebody first to bring this person in. I remember waiting to sign Calafiori. It took us 2 or 3 weeks because first we had to sell Smith Rowe. Same thing for Mikel Merino. You had to wait because Eddie Nketiah has to go first. And I can understand balancing the books, bringing in money, but in that kind of
Do you want to know the origin
okay,
of what it now appears is Arsenal's? It's not a reluctance. It's, I call it wisdom.
okay,
Arsene Wenger built the Emirates.
yeah,
Arsenal built the Emirates under Wenger without borrowing a single kobo. All he did was he made sure that for, I think it was 15 or 16 seasons, if I remember correctly,
stay in the Champions League.
whatever happens, we won't win anything, but he will get us in the Champions League.
Well,
So that caution, I'm not saying it is
right.
it is right. It makes sense to me that if a man could build that beautiful 60,000 plus seater edifice using funds generated by the club,
I don't think it was only funds generated.
I put it like this, there was sponsorship, but the basic fact remains that Arsenal did not borrow a kobo to build Emirates.
I think they
No, they got a lot of sponsorship. The Emirates group put a lot of money. Then year in, year out, he got us in the Champions League, and we would go some distance. That brought a lot of revenue as well. But I can tell you, as an old diehard, we didn't borrow money from anybody. And I'm really surprised that the board and management after Arsene Wenger have decided that blueprint, Declan Rice, to be honest with you, surprised the hell out of a lot of us. Arsenal paying over £100 million. Go and check the history of the best players that Arsenal ever bought. £100 million. Lie. How much was Thierry Henry? How much was Beckham? We bought one Frenchman, Wiltord. Wiltord, when he came to Arsenal, was touted as his transfer fee, £9 million or £12 million. It was supposed to be a record fee for Arsenal, compared to the kinds of monies
everyone else was spending.
Now, let me just go quickly to when you were talking about last season and Pivotal. I think everybody in the club has now woken up to the fact that to win the title, you are going to spend money. Let's cut it down to brass tacks. You need to spend Declan Rice 105 million. You need to deploy that 105 million in 4 or 5 places. For players of that kind of quality, I guarantee you, with this manager, you win the Premiership. Liverpool, what have they done? They've just won the title. They've gone to pay 130-something thousand euros million for an attacking midfielder. Isn't that what Vert is?
Yeah.
So it means they've looked at what they have. Frimpong is still wing back. But going forward, look at that lineup in front for Liverpool. Then add this guy who, and I'm not saying he's going to be successful automatically. The Premiership is different from the Bundesliga.
Jadon Sancho can tell you as much.
It's not only Jadon Sancho. Tottenham had the German captain one season. What's his name?
Huntelaar?
No.
This is the striker.
Goal scorer.
Klinsmann. Dive bomber.
It took him a while to settle. It was not the Bundesliga. But he was a player in a class of his own. So he scored. But think about it. How many players from abroad come to the Premiership and excel? It's also the reason why players in the Premiership, very few, want to go abroad. Because
different style of football.
Different style, different tempo.
Yeah.
they're afraid that when they go, maybe their performance drops a notch. Do you understand? Hey, in the heydays of Madrid, how many English players crossed over to Madrid? Michael Owen. Even then, it didn't really work out. But these were big stars in the Premiership.
Beckham,
the winger for Liverpool, McManaman.
Yeah. I think he was the only one that was the best.
You could say, in fact, he was the one who stood out. Because in that Liverpool team too, they played full pedal to the metal football. So I'm not surprised he did well. But look at all the big players. Thierry Henry left Arsenal, went to Barcelona. He wanted to win the Champions League. He did. But he was coming off the bench. Who would have benched him in Arsenal?
He was no longer, also, he wasn't the same player.
I agree. What I'm saying is, the only reason why he went, if Arsenal had won the Champions League, he won't go. This season, and I've been, for me and you have had this argument, who are we bringing in? Today,
team has become, they've become more active.
All of a sudden, the discussion is not only about just striker anymore.
It never was. It was just that the media likes the narrative of which striker are they going to do.
First school, Gyokeres, yeah? Today on Arsenal TV, all of a sudden I'm hearing Eze. And what's that black guy who's always on Arsenal AFTV?
I forgot his name, but I know what you're talking about. Robbie.
He did a poll of Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Rodrigo or Eze. 87% Arsenal supporters said Eze. So it means again, this one has been hiding under our very before.
Is it under our nose?
Crystal Palace, he's right there now.
This is the point I go back to last season. Eze hasn't done any magic that he hasn't been consistently doing for the past 2 or 3 years.
I think Eze has been a big fish in a little pond. And I think if he comes to an Arsenal, the true Eze, we haven't seen it until he puts on the jersey. Yes, the red and white.
What?
And comes and plays in front of 60,000 people.
Nothing will bring out the best player in you than playing for your boyhood club.
Oh yeah.
No, we caught him when he was 13.
They say he left for a week.
I don't quite fully understand that process. We had a discussion in our office. We're talking about, we're trying to develop an academy ourselves. So we're having this discussion. I was like, cut younger players. They couldn't understand it at 13, 14. I'm like, yeah, because the higher the age grade, you have to start letting some players go because you want to begin to specialize for everybody. So at 13, it happens. Your boyhood club tell you, you're not going to graduate to the next class. You find somewhere else to play. I've heard a lot of those stories. Eddie was the same. He was at Chelsea. Him and Declan used to take the bus together to train with Chelsea. I remember Declan talking about Eddie bringing some jollof rice, which was what they all used to eat when they were in training for the club at a young stage, but all of them still got caught.
Before we go far, I forget my train of thought. Now I've heard we're talking about Eze.
Yeah.
Zubimendi, excellent signing.
Done deal.
Excellent signing. People are know that you are asking me what he brings to the table. We're losing party. So
cover.
You need a cover.
It's not that cover as well.
I've gone back to some. That's the same guy who scored the second goal against us when they beat us. First game of the season at Brentford. Yes, we went to that Brentford games in Brentford. They've just come up. There are some players. They are already tested and proven in the Premier League.
You can see why Eze kind of absolutely makes sense.
I have always liked him.
Yeah.
For the simple reason, Nigerian born.
Yes.
That flair
is there,
which we sorely have missed since Santi Cazorla.
The flair player.
Ozil.
Yeah.
We've missed those flair players. Till Edegaard.
So you know what I think he's looked at his fellow Nigerian born but not playing for their country teammates. He left to Bayern Munich last season, Olise, and he's gone to Bayern Munich and he's almost.
Olise is French.
He's French, but we both know where Olise is coming from.
Okay. Olise is French.
He plays for France. His mother is from Algeria, but we know where his village is.
Bro.
But you get, he see his teammate and like, that guy has gone there and he's flourishing. I can't remain big fish in a
I suspect Eze will be a revelation. You know, the stone that the builder rejected. Like I said, he was right there. 2-3 seasons he's been right there under our very noses. And he reminds me of Nigerian-born players who come to Arsenal and do well. Kanu, my friend who is still playing in, who plays Fulham. Iwobi.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how we let Iwobi go.
No, I could see Iwobi. I could understand Iwobi for his career to progress.
But this Eze, Zubimendi, like we said, solid. Now, do we get
both
Gyokeres or Sesko? The way it is looking, Arteta appears to favor Sesko.
Yes, and that's kind of general concern.
And you know, I told you, I don't care who the striker is.
Same here.
With that midfield and the ability to supply balls,
you just need somebody that knows how to put it.
He will score whoever it is. Put me in that position. With Odegaard, Saka, Zubimendi now coming in.
Eze,
Declan Rice. If that striker doesn't score 20 goals, we will jump into the TV and go and flog him.
You know, for everything everybody said about Kai Havertz last season.
Oh, he still delivered.
If not for his injury, he was on track to at least hit 20 in the Premier League. He only had 9.
Let's say 15. Let's say 15.
If we had him, we might have given a better challenge.
I agree with you. But now, you know, I always told you, like, he was not a number 9.
He's a semi-number 9.
He's a utility player, you see.
I'll play him in places.
Arteta remembers the days when Arsene Wenger, what I used to call clever players. This is their supposed role. Then you throw them in and Arsene Wenger says, you know what?
You can do this.
You can do this. Thierry Henry is a player that readily comes to mind. Was he number 9? Was he a winger?
Really wasn't either.
He was a goal scorer. Arsene Wenger pointed, bros, that's the opponent's goal. Whatever you have to do,
score
and score. And before you know what was happening,
you have the freedom to do what you want.
He did whatever he liked. But was he a winger?
No.
Was he a top 9?
No.
Was he a 10?
No.
That's a clever player. We need more of those players. My mind goes back to Santi Cazorla. Small, about that size. But good with both feet.
Yeah.
You know who Eze reminds me of? Santi Cazorla. Oh, you will see it now. Good with both feet.
Good with
both feet. Had a shot from outside the 18. Was not as easy to push off the ball because of his size. Built like a tank. Lower center of gravity, yes. That's who and Eze is a black man. Forget a London boy. He's an Igbo man. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That one, and I've looked at his injury record. He rarely has serious injury. We need that kind of player.
I won't lie. I know we need that kind of player. And he fits perfectly to what Mikel likes to sign. Premier League experience.
Oh, yes.
Premier League proven.
Yes. London boy. Abba. So, Saka on the right.
Yeah.
Eze on the left. You know, I told you this afternoon. My only problem. How do we play
all of them together? You already answered your question.
There is one particular
you can play more
scenario that I am looking at. How do we play Odegaard and Eze together? Eze plays more like a 10. Old
wide.
10. But he has the ability to play on the left or on the right, coming in.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't get a Rodrigo,
Yes.
I would say play Eze in Trossard's role.
Okay.
Wide from the left coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's good with both feet.
He will.
Saka on the right, no argument about that. With Waneri as understudy. Odegaard will do less work now because
there's more creativity.
Zubimendi, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
This chap who just signed, the Brentford captain.
Mm-hmm.
They will free Odegaard to sit more in the opponent's half.
Yeah.
Instead of coming back.
That was the biggest issue we had. That's kind of why everybody had their complaints about Odegaard last season. The people that don't technically, some people, they don't watch a lot of football. They watch highlights, they watch clips, and they come to conclusions. But the people that really watch football, there was a drop-off in performance.
Yeah, of course. That injury didn't help him.
It didn't help him. But there was also a lot of, if you check his heat map, there's also a lot of coming back to receive the ball, coming back to pick up the ball. Because Partey is no longer as press resistant. Partey is no longer as sharp on the ball. So he has to help. I remember a picture. It's still against Madrid. I think it was against Madrid. I can't remember. It was against Madrid or somebody. Right? Mikel Merino, Declan Rice. Yeah. Way up. Right there. Next to Madrid centre halves. Odegaard. Where is Odegaard? He's right there next to Partey.
I remember that still.
Now, why did I bring up that still? Because who would you rather have way up there next to your defenders? Next to the defenders. Would you rather have Declan Rice? Or would you rather have Odegaard on the half turn? Pulling away from the defender and then being able to release.
I like Odegaard playing. I am not really comfortable with him going to try and collect the ball deep in our own half.
Yeah.
To get the best out of him, we need someone to carry the ball from our defense. The way we progress the ball from defense up to the midfield. But by the time Odegaard should be getting the ball, look at Saka on the right.
Should be way closer.
Odegaard should be higher up the pitch.
Yeah.
So that one touch, he turns, he's lovely at that. He will leave most defensive midfielders in the lodge. One turn, ball to Saka. He's running again into the opponent's just outside the 18-yard box to receive the ball.
That's why he did his best work.
And lay the ball off. And I'm saying, put me now as number 9. If you have Odegaard playing higher up, just outside the 18, and he's able to lay those passes, that it appears him and Saka, last 2 seasons, it is telepathic. I've seen some passes, only a genius. No. And the person on the receiving end also has to be a magnet to understand that that kind of pass can come. Now, Eze,
I get that.
He has that ability as well. His own is a more direct pass, but he has that. I was watching Robbie today. In 17 or 18 games last season, where teams employed the low block, we didn't have an answer.
Didn't know how to unpick that lock.
Eze, for the simple reason that he has the ability to shoot from outside the 18. He also is skillful enough to pop at the edge of the 18 and is in. I watched him against Man City. Which cup did they beat? FA Cup. He was, you wouldn't believe it was the same Eze. But he was all over the pitch. And maybe that's where all of a sudden Arteta was like, yes, maybe you. But Eze, please, Rodrigo, you go and rest. He doesn't, that one believes that Madrid. Even when remember when they were talking about, what's his name? The boy from Athletic Bilbao.
Nico, he's going to Barca now.
See, the only thing that will stop him from going to Barca, Barca have financial problems. They must be very careful. Now, one wrong move, they will go and end up with the same problem that City. I think City has just managed to escape that distance, but Barca don't have money like that. He wants to die with Barca. I have no problem with it. Why are we going to disturb ourselves with a player who wants to go to us? Yeah, leave him. Gyokeres has gone on strike because he wants to play for us now. Is he the right fit? I'm not sure, but if we get these players we have just talked about, I say put me top 9. I will score. Most center forwards, it is about the supply. If you don't get the ball, how will you score?
True.
And supplying the right areas.
And consistency in supply.
Consistent. Your top 9 needs to know
exactly where
he knows who has the ball
and where they are going to play.
That was Beckham and Henry. Henry used to say he didn't have to think about it.
He knows
once it was Beckham that was on the ball, he knew where the ball was going to be played to. And trust me, 9 out of 10 times, I watched a lot of those games. You won't know where Beckham could fish that pass out of. Bloomberg had the same talent. There was one guy with Perez, Robert Perez. He had the most deceptive run I've ever seen. Those K-legs, you think he's not moving, but he's. And Beckham had the. Beckham is there.
He's the brains of your.
He's the choir master.
Everybody else is just.
That is who Odegaard is, but it is who to give the ball to. That has always been the problem. So, Sesko, Gyokeres, whoever, it really makes no difference. Let that midfield that we have outlined now, Eze, Odegaard, Saka, Zubimendi, Declan Rice.
Fire for fire.
People will fear, especially at the Emirates.
So I'll have to ask you a very important question.
Go right ahead.
You would take Eze over Rodrigo
any day.
I know you said it the first time, but I want to be very clear.
Now that it appears Eze is in the picture, Eze over Rodrigo can't even make the first team. I watched Madrid play Salzburg. Was it yesterday?
They looked really good.
Yes, but without him, he came in 67th minute. He was on the bench. And Xabi Alonso, politician, he made this big scene of hugging him. Leave the story. Who is he going to bench?
That's the thing we're looking at. Yeah. It's almost like, and I know a lot of people have made the same type of connection. It's almost like Alexis Sanchez. When he went to Barca, he was a star for the first season. And then they just added more players. Messi was already the star. Then they added Neymar. And there was already Pedro, who was La Masia born. There wasn't really any space for him. But you could tell this is a very talented player who just needs a club to say, hey, this is your key, this is your club, you take the keys, you do whatever you like.
Sanchez, that's an player I like, but he was doing too much. The burden was too much. Look at that Invincibles team. The burden was shared. Beckham, Henry, Perez, Bloomberg, then in midfield, Gilberto, Edu, and they were all big fellows, 6 feet and above. So you couldn't come and say you are going to play physical with Arsenal. They match you. They just run over you. The shortest person I think was Lundberg, and he was built like a tank. So teams didn't come and play Arsenal. Etame, Laurent on the right. No, Etame now. You forget all the Obo couldn't call his Cameroonian name. We know Etame. Look at the ties. Who did we? Arsene Wenger now discovered that he could buy Oluture. Those were big, solid players. What we didn't have, like I said, were those. I call them clever players. They are little, they are small, they are good with both feet. They can disgrace you if you get too close. We had a number of Ozil. We got Ozil when he was on his last legs, if we had signed Ozil when he had just joined Madrid,
From Schalke before going to Madrid. You can tell a special player. I always used to say this thing. You can tell a special player after 1 week. They don't need to tell you this guy is talented.
But
It's
this,
obvious.
but this Eze, I don't know why I'm so certain. If we sign him, end of this season, you are going to say, Daddy. And you said it about this Eze. Believe you me.
Be here to see.
Eze over Trossard. Trossard is 32.
I've never said Trossard don't have a place in the squad.
No, in the squad, not a problem.
You need players.
In the squad, not a problem. He's a clever player too.
Yes, now.
Even though this last season,
The workload was too much for Trossard, especially. The workload was too much because
when you say you put too much with on when he was in Brighton, I'm talking of Trossard. He was the main man.
Yeah, but it's different when you do it for Brighton. Then you come to Arsenal, and then you remember the running when we gave City gave it as close as possible with City 2 seasons ago. Trossard was flying.
Oh yeah.
He scored, I think, like 7 goals from like January to May.
Oh yeah.
He was flying because the whole team was flying.
We are close.
I know that.
Is to fit the pieces now.
The
framework is there.
Final garnish.
It's just to put the pieces together. And Liverpool and Man City will wake up.
I think because they signed vets, they are already awake to it.
You see, like I said, it's going to take him the better part of the season to get used. I'm not expecting miracles. Not this season.
We shall see.
Not this season. The Bundesliga and the Premiership. And then, there's something in the Premiership. Defenders.
Welcome.
Once they realize that this one is going to allow my club to deduct from my salary. No. They will kick you. Go and ask anybody who has come to Premiership and has tried to overdo. What's his name in Liverpool? Diaz. Before he came to Liverpool, injury was not. You come to, and then you alone wants to beat 3 Premiership defenders. They will give you kung fu kick in the teeth. Who are you? Oh, so you've come to, you want to come and disgrace all of them. No. This season is going to be a very interesting one. We need to get these signings in. Like I said, I'm not disturbing myself again about striker. The ones I've seen, the support that I've seen that they are interested in, I keep on harping on it. Get Eze in.
Yeah.
You've got Zubimendi in.
Yeah.
You've got Norgard in. Norgard is going to be a squad player. Odegaard, Saka. One more player, wide player.
Martinelli?
Martinelli is a fan favorite. Let him be a squad player and come and compete
for his place.
Trossard, another squad player.
You need depth. You can't win anything.
You don't have depth. So now it's beginning to look like, and this is our new sporting director. They say he's known for. He's like the man. The example I read today made me laugh. He's like the man who gets dressed for a party and has 2 different outfits
every day
for a same party. Yeah. But he has 2 outfits, so he'll be changing the 2 and he plays both.
That's what's happening with Sesko
and Gyokeres until you never know until the last minute who he wants. But my mind says Arteta is Sesko 21, 22.
If Arteta wasn't the manager, he would have signed Gyokeres already.
Yeah.
Because it's only when Better's feet were firmly under the table, then Gyokeres started popping up. Everybody's like, oh wait, there's another player in the driving seat.
I'm still worried about that Gyokeres.
I'm worried, but I'm less worried because
when we say the Bundesliga and the Premiership are not the same thing,
talk less
the Portuguese league and the Premiership are not 46 goals in 48 games. Yeah, right. You haven't jammed English defenders.
I take it like this. I'm not expecting, and I said this on my last podcast when Mo was here. I'm not any of the strikers we signed, between the two of them, most especially. If you brought up somebody like Big Victor, now, the different discussion. We'll get to that. But between the two of them, I'm not expecting Ballon d'Or level performance. I've made mention, and you said it too. Kai Havertz is there. He's not going anywhere.
True.
So my big thing is not the issue. My issue is not particularly them scoring all the goals. I said it, and like I said last time, I just need somebody that will get us over the edge when we need it. Game is tight. You have 20 minutes or nil. Who are you bringing off the bench that can help you score that goal you need? Who are you saying Kai is not on form? We need you coming for 7 games. Give us a good run. If he could do it with Mikel Merino, I don't doubt he can do it with any of
I'd even forgotten about Merino. You know this one we have been talking about.
Yes, the squad has option. But if you could do it with someone like Mikel Merino, I have no fear in what Mikel is going to do with any striker we bring in. And the thing I say with someone like Kai Havertz, he's fit. As I remember when he came back from his injury, everybody said he's bigger,
He looks bigger.
he's quicker. The expectation there is, I most likely think he'll start the season. The new striker will have the opportunity to bed in, get a feel, except on preseason. And Mikel really takes preseason serious. Except on preseason, the guy is already telling you, don't worry, I've got this. But I still think Kai will start the season. And then that change will happen towards the end.
I've always said, you heard me describe Kai as a very clumsy player.
Yes, he is.
He's not a number 9. He's a support striker. You get the best out of Kai if you have
someone else.
Someone who is the top 9. And all you expect Kai to do. When everybody brushes your top 9, then the ball breaks free. Kai is there to mop up. He will score even more goals than you expecting him to be the focal point of scoring goal.
But he's done a great job.
No doubt.
That's maybe not a focal point of scoring goals, but holding the ball up,
he holds,
linking play,
he has
backing into defense.
He has all, but he's a clumsy player.
Sometimes his thought is not the best.
Yes, and when you look at it sometimes, that clumsiness is what breaks down promising attacks.
Yeah.
Get the ball under control first.
Yeah.
Then he does something and the ball drifts away from him. In his desperation to retrieve it, he will foul. That's why I said he's not your focal point. Let him feel free to wander around behind that focal point. When the focal point loose balls that come off the focal, you'll be surprised that Kai Havertz, how quickly he will snap them up.
So another thing I talked about last week was options. Mikel has not given himself different ways to play. Over let's use the last 3 seasons, he's not giving himself different ways to come at problems. He likes plan A, and plan A is fine. But if plan A doesn't work, what are you doing to tweak the system? In game, not even talk of before the match. But signing another striker, you now added it. Kai Havertz and another striker will work.
That's a different plan.
That's
plan
a different
B.
plan.
Go on.
You have Eze. Eze can play wide.
That's a different plan too.
Eze can play alongside Odegaard. The team.
And you can switch.
You can switch both
Saka and Eze.
You can do more. And you don't need to rip up the whole plan. And that's kind of what I've been expecting from him. Especially, hopefully now, last season, the injuries must have taught him a lesson.
Yep.
And he's all right. I need players that can give me, which is kind of why I like Gyokeres. Because he gives you a different option. I think Sesko is a little too similar to Kai Havertz. Yes, he has cleaner feet. He's a lot quicker. But they still have the same material.
Well, don't say a lot quicker. He's faster.
He's faster. But Gyokeres is no slouch as well.
Oh, I agree.
The thing I like about Gyokeres is that he has this one-track mind to score goals. Sometimes to the detriment of your team, sometimes you take a lot of shots that might not go. But in a world where you have Kai Havertz to rely on, you can take a punt and say, let's see what happens. Again, none of these players are commanding world record feats. So this is why I brought up Victor, right? In an ideal world, I wouldn't be looking at any of them. I'd say put all your money on Victor Osimhen, for those of us that might not actually know who I'm talking about. But I'm like, put all your money on Victor Osimhen and say,
You want to know why there is no mad rush for Victor?
I know why. We know why. The media dances around it, but you don't call out your national team manager.
It's not done. It's not done. Will he try it in his club side?
No.
So nobody wants to give him
the chance
to. So football has gone beyond, I know how to do this. If it was I know how to do this, Aubameyang will still be in Arsenal. Oh yes. Coaches look at the player's temperament and his discipline.
And in Arsenal, you really need
discipline. Osimhen has proven to those of us who even used to tout him that he can be a tout. That's not what we want in an Arsenal. We want the guys who will be committed. You don't talk back to the coach or the manager. They are places. Alex Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Go back in history and I will call names, big names in Man United. The minute they were rude to Alex Ferguson,
you're gone.
There was only one boss. They were gone. The only person were Rumi. And what did he do? He ran very quickly to the board. He knew what was coming.
Yep.
Negotiated a contract without Alex knowing. By the time Alex came to the point where it was time to fire him, the boss said, we can't fire him now.
Giving him
a new deal. Why didn't you speak before? But Alex was going to fire him. Who are you? Name the person who tried Alex. Beckham. Name it. Once you came up against the gaffer, you were gone. Alex didn't take that rubbish from anybody. Oh, I'm a star. How did you become the star?
It's not me.
Is it not me? So you are being rude. Somewhere else, not here.
I get that.
So Arteta is old school manager. Like I said, if it was Aubameyang's time that proved to me that Arteta was not afraid of taking the hard decisions.
Yeah.
I sabi.
No means say
no. They got rid of him. Where is he now?
He's in Saudi Arabia.
I hope he has learned his lesson. Well, it's too late now.
It's too late, come on. He's 25.
So let him go and earn retirement money. This is the same problem that Victor has. I was surprised Victor ends up in Saudi.
There's been talk. The issue is he knows. You know when a player knows that he still has something left to prove in Europe?
It's the national team should come and prove it in and help us get to the World Cup. As far as I'm concerned, Fenerbahce, who was Galatasaray, they took a chance. The Turkish,
he walked.
They are mad too in Turkey. No, they are crazy in Turkey.
He walked. He's got
they love him in Turkey. They love him in Turkey, but even he knows Turkey cannot be
give you
the final bus stop.
It's as good as going to Saudi Arabia.
Do you understand? So you were talking about him in relation to a possible position in Arsenal.
He'd be the perfect fit.
See,
being strong.
You have to have a proverb that is not because we want to eat meat. We will now be calling cow Monsieur. Monsieur cow. No. I'm being very serious here. Whatever his obvious skills and talents are.
Yes. It's not what
we are not going to call him Mr. Cow because we want to eat meat. That blot on his record. This was the national team manager. You are busy insulting like you and him are mates on social media. Was he not thinking? I was not surprised. Shortly after that, Napoli said, Galatasaray, please, you can have him. Maybe they've been seeing signs.
They've been seeing it.
In the club. So before you hear now that Osimhen has gathered the coach and has given him black eye. So let him go to Galatasaray. They are mad. One of those two Turkish giants, either Galatasaray or Fenerbahce, you enter the stadium, there's a big sign. It says, "Welcome to hell." So that's the kind of place that he will thrive. Have you seen that kind of sign in the Emirates? "Welcome to hell." No. Pride of London. So we like to attract players. And that's another thing I like about Arsenal. You hardly hear about an Arsenal player in the news for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep this thing, and let's not bring somebody who will come and be disruptive. Let Osimhen be where he is. Musiokao, we're happy.
We're happy. We don't
need him.
I would say if we went for Victor, it would be that desperate move. And Mikel is not desperate yet.
No. We have been second twice without a recognized top striker. What we need now,
the recognized top striker.
Leave the recognized. Come and get me any striker with that supply coming from that midfield. You will score. It's like they say sometimes players get on a nice pitch, grass. They say that about African players, that when they get to Europe, the first thing that they do, the pitch is so smooth. Football, they want you to play.
You just glide
because you are coming from Ranchers Bees or
Stadium.
I was at the ICC Stadium in Ibadan, Lekon Salami, where there are potholes on the pitch. Then you now get to Europe, it's carpet. You will play. So forget about who will get a striker. Get that supply line behind him right. He will score. He doesn't have a choice.
He will score.
Man City, we now know why Pep allowed Gabriel to go. But there were games where you saw in flashes what he could do. We didn't have.
That's why Pep brought him in the first place.
No.
He's not a blind man.
No. So if we have somebody who is better than Gabriel, younger, fitter, because Gabriel too is now prone to injuries, younger, fitter, and you are able to give that player, like I said, the supply, and we have the players who can give that supply.
In adornment and astonishment.
So now you transfer the burden of Saka looking to score goals to this number 9.
Then you now watch what happens to Saka.
Oh, Saka now, A, is fitter.
Yes.
B, which he will feed off, like I said about Havertz, he will feed off the crumbs that come from the top striker. He will score. This one, people forget now that every time Saka touches the ball, there are 2 defenders doubling up.
3.
If you have a top number 9,
they will be mad to put 3 on.
You will leave. It's not possible. So you will now be forced to put one player on Saka, which all of us know is a mistake. Even you, the coach who is doing it, you know it is a mistake.
Stop within the wrong and the hard place.
So it's better to concede 3 goals than to concede 6 or 7. So you choose the lesser of the 2 evils. I remember the game against Liverpool. Long ball from Ben White. And the first thing that most Liverpool fans thought was, oh, it's Robertson. He left him in dust.
He said, don't worry, bro. Stay there.
One touch, he just came in, Robertson. Bye-bye. Ole is the bull and the cape.
He's gone.
But after that, they learned. So every time Saka got the ball, they doubled up. Now it's standard. You don't need, that's why he got injured. You don't need him playing against 2 or 3 people.
Week in, week out.
Let there be a top striker. Let there be other alternatives.
Easy.
Everybody will be forced now
to spread out.
You have to spread. It's 11 versus 11. It's not 13 versus 11. So you must now say, okay, you will be marking Eze. You will be marking Saka and help the player to wipe the tears from his face when you are telling him that him alone is going to be marking Saka. Him alone is going to be marking, but there's no choice.
There really is no
The
choice.
law says 11 players versus 11
Not
on the
plus the
field.
manager.
No, not plus the manager. Even though some of them will want to come in and play, but it's not possible. So now you have a fresher Saka, you have a fresher Odegaard. Partey in his last season, his first instinct, he started passing the ball back. No.
That waist is not the same.
And you see, I don't want to say what I want to say on camera. The waist cannot be the same again. But let's leave it like that. You need a Declan Rice too to be able to feel free
to be himself,
to go forward. I've always said he's not a defensive midfielder. He carries the ball better than a lot of players that I know.
Pity the man trying to bounce him off the ball. I use the word bounce properly. You just fly away.
Madrid found that out. You need those players. Zubimendi can sit. This Norgard can sit.
Yes. Now you're allowing
the clever players
go and express them.
Go and express yourself with the confidence that what is behind them. Partey, like you said, good player, but you know, Ghana is like Nigeria. The player is 10 years old. In true age, we will say he's 5. So the truth is coming out. So when we are making reference to the age and the waist is older than it actually. So I don't mind. We don't have this way of keeping tabs on their players and their true ages. Zubimendi, everybody was like, Arsenal is not signing a striker. There is a midfielder. You need, if the striker doesn't get the ball, he can't score.
Yes.
If you don't have that solid midfield,
you
can't provide a striker with the ball.
Of course.
The solid midfield also means that when the opponents are attacking, you need that brick wall between the forward line and the defense. Once you just expose your own defense. So Zubimendi, that's another signing that I think at the end of next season
will be like that's a master stroke.
Yes, we'll come back and say that's a master stroke. Then the last thing I want to say, and I've heard people, Arsenal supporters, moan, Kepa, that's a brilliant bit of business.
Question now. You know how your manager used to behave. He said he used to touch small with goalkeeper. Leno, Ramsdale, Raya. No, let's go back. Say, Emi Martinez, Leno, Ramsdale, Raya.
It has solved the problem for him.
Is he going to say, Kepa, no, you come and swap with Raya?
That's what I'm going to say to you now. There are those games where you need to give Raya a rest in the Premiership.
Okay.
We are playing. Which one of the teams have come up from Sunderland at the Emirates? We've just beaten Man United away. This past season, we all knew that it would be Raya in goal. I'm saying with a Kepa, you can say, Raya, go and sit down and rest for this game. Or in Europe, we have an easy game in front of us. Rest Raya. We couldn't rest David Raya this past season because we didn't have a goalkeeper of note. Look at Man City. They always have 2.
Almost on the same level.
Liverpool. 2 keepers.
They sold one. They brought in another one.
Oh, yes. You need your keeper. Something does his one finger.
He's not keeping the same.
He's not keeping the same way. He has Apollo. He's not going to keep the same way. So you need a steady backup. I understand the sentiments when Ramsdale looked like, he was doing his best. But there's something that, and having worked Raya, I now know why they decided that.
It's the calming presence and that focus. Ramsdale said it in an interview.
Go and watch that game against City at Etihad.
Yeah.
If it was not for Raya, City would have beaten us 5-0. He made so many saves. If that had been Ramsdale in goal, but after the second goal goes in, You see him, he'll be complaining to
So
the defenders. I'm saying, what's going on now? But Raya
It's calm.
is calm. And there's nothing like defenders knowing that if they goof, what they have behind them.
Solid.
So now that we have a keeper for £5 million, a player that came to Chelsea for 70 million, and Arsenal fans are complaining.
It's because
we shouldn't let the sentiment Chelsea. Let's go and buy a player from Mighty Jets of Jos. If we will do the work that we want, I mean, it's not this Chelsea. They don't buy players from us. What is it?
You made all the most valid points here. I don't think there's much left to say.
No, there's plenty more, but we want the season to start. And for me, the season starts from pre-season.
Yes. That's why they are signing all these players.
Let's talk when they brought all these players together. And then we can look at who fits
where
and our projection. Liverpool have already advertised. They've replaced Alexander-Arnold.
Yes.
That's what Frimpong is coming to do.
Yes.
The German fellow, they just brought him in, big name signing.
Just to add
more. Oh yes, no doubt. But basically, the team is still going to be
the same.
Man City, Manouche. There's a number of
Zani.
It will take a while. Like I said, I want them to.
You want them against Juve?
Against Juve. It took them. And you know, Pep is a coach who is always playing chess. So you can see what he's trying to build, but it will also take time for them to be embedded properly.
What you're saying, this is the opportunity.
I'm saying there is another opportunity.
Last season was one. There's
another one, and the difference being now that we are now strengthening. If Arteta doesn't win the Premier League title this season, I'm on my feet. I will be one of the first people to say, he can go.
You have done your best. Even me, I have said the same thing.
No, for me, this was very enlightening. I told you, I said, coming on to your podcast and having the opportunity, these are conversations we usually have at home.
In the
morning, my bedroom and all. Why not put it up there and let's see what comes back? There are very few Arsenal supporters who have been supporters as long as I have here, not in London, here. And most of them are supporters who joined, they are fly-by-wire supporters. When Arsenal plays well, they are the ones who wear the shirt. The day we don't play well, you see them, that's the day you hear that Arteta doesn't even know what he's doing. Everybody becomes a manager. Come rain, come shine. Supporter that are looking at him. I'm hoping that when you people have your own children too, and I'm alive, at least one or two will support this club. It's a great club.
Great club.
With history. The bad belly of the Man U's, Man Cities is because Liverpool, till Arsene Wenger came, they dominated that league. Then this little Frenchman, from nowhere, he came and did all of them like this. They went mad. And the British press, and I must throw this in as a last thing, they were prepared to tolerate an Alex Ferguson, a Scotsman, come and dominate their league. A Frenchman. That's how do they say that here in the north here? I wish you like. Can you imagine? They were prepared. They would Alex. They even gave him a food.
Oh God!
Gradually, but they gave him. Nobody will give us a Wenger like. That's me. Yeah. So you can't take away the local prejudices away from it. Who is this Arsene who? That was the biggest insult. They found out who he was very soon. So that's just it. Arteta, if he doesn't win that Premier League title, they will continue to say also ran.
But I don't think he's not going to win something tangible this season.
When you say tangible, it's not a FA Cup, like I
That's
said.
why I said tangible. I'm not saying anything.
And so what is
Champions League, Premier League, one of the two this season.
I still don't see us winning the Champions
Not yet.
League. Not yet. Not yet. Look at that PSG side.
I don't want to look at them.
You know, we had this discussion. I read them against Liverpool. And I told you guys, I said, the side I'm afraid of in this Champions League is not Madrid. I called the result against Madrid correctly. 3. Everybody was like, I'm mad. I said, no. We will beat Madrid at the Emirates. It will be 3-0 or 3-1. But that PSG side, I worked them against Liverpool. They matched Liverpool in Paris and in Anfield. They matched, and you see, after that Liverpool game, they got better.
They just kept getting better.
They just kept. What that final? 5 in the Champions League final.
Blew them away.
And you could see it coming. So we are not a Champions League winning side. We are close.
Yeah.
We are semi-final close. Like you said, maybe if we had a Gyokeres or a Sesko in the semi-final against PSG.
We had a lot of chances.
We had too many. If we had buried 2, especially at the Emirates.
Inter Milan will not see anything.
The fear going to Paris with a team that has scored 2 against them at the Emirates. They would have, they played virtually,
no fear.
No fear.
They were in control of the time.
And their football is, I said I worked them against Liverpool, like I told you guys, I said, this PSG team, watch it. As an Arsenal fan, I said, PSG, we'll beat them. So we will beat them early.
It was a different thing.
At the back of my mind, having worked them against Liverpool, just on football, Inter Milan couldn't believe it. Even me who was watching it couldn't believe it. 5 Champions League final. They turned Inter Milan to stationary stores. Haba.
I think on that note,
I agree with you. I mean, nobody's talking about it. Champions League final, 5. And Inter is not a small team, please.
They're not young boys.
What is it they didn't try? These people just kept on.
As you say, shoe get size.
No, shoe always has size. Size 9, size 8, size 2, size 1. Once you understand where you fit, adjust yourself. That's why I said we are not a Champions League. We are close. 2 players, 3 players, and we're there.
All right. I think on that note, we've said all we can say for this week. I'd like to say a very big thank you to you, Dad, for coming out.
Thank you.
When you said it, like I said before, when you said I want to come, I didn't even believe it. Then I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, why did I think of this sooner? But here we are now.
You see, the thing is, they say a prophet is not recognized in his own hometown. This is a typical example of it. I'm right there with you. This discussion we've had today, we've held it over in different versions. But you see, you don't recognize the prophet in your own home.
Well, we've recognized you now.
So,
thank you very much for coming out.
Anytime, a real pleasure, anytime.
I had a lot of fun.
You can't have had as much fun as I did.
All right.